What if I told you that something you ate for breakfast this morning could be slowly damaging your kidneys right now? You're not alone if that thought scares you. Millions of Americans are unknowingly eating foods every single day that put their kidneys under serious stress. Your kidneys work hard to filter waste and keep your blood clean, but certain foods make that job nearly impossible. The truth is, some of the most common foods sitting in your kitchen right now could be the reason you're feeling tired, swollen, or just not yourself lately. Here's the thing that most people don't realize. Kidney damage doesn't happen overnight. It creeps up on you slowly until one day your doctor gives you news you never saw coming. Let's talk about processed meats first, because this one surprises a lot of people. I'm talking about bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and pepperoni. These foods might taste amazing, but they're absolutely terrible for your kidneys. A single serving of deli meat can have over 500 millimoles of sodium, and your kidneys have to work extremely hard to filter all that salt out of your blood. The nitrates and nitrites used to preserve these meats create compounds that damage kidney tissue over time. While protein is important, too much from processed sources puts stress on already compromised kidneys. Many processed meats also contain phosphorus additives that healthy kidneys struggle to eliminate. Think about your typical breakfast. Maybe you're having bacon and eggs or a sausage biscuit on your way to work. That one meal could contain your entire day's worth of sodium and then some. Your kidneys are trying to balance the sodium levels in your blood, but when you flood your system with this much salt, they simply can't keep up. When you eat processed meats regularly, the high sodium causes your blood pressure to rise. High blood pressure damages the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys that do the filtering work. Once those vessels are damaged, your kidneys can't filter waste properly anymore. I know what you're thinking, but I love my bacon on Sunday mornings. I get it, I really do. The good news is you don't have to give up flavor or satisfying meals. You just need to make smarter choices that protect your kidneys while still enjoying your food. Replace processed meats with fresh, unprocessed options. Grilled chicken breast seasoned with herbs tastes incredible and won't harm your kidneys. Turkey that you roast yourself at home, not the deli kind, is another great option. You can marinate it in lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil for amazing flavor without all the sodium and chemicals. Try making your own breakfast sausage at home. Mix ground turkey with sage, black pepper, a tiny bit of salt, and some fennel seeds. Form them into patties and cook them in a pan. You'll be shocked at how good homemade tastes, and your kidneys will thank you for it. If you absolutely must have deli meat, look for low-sodium versions, and limit yourself to once or twice a week maximum. Read the labels carefully and choose options with less than 300 millimoles of sodium per serving. Now let's move to the second food that's destroying your kidneys, and this one is in almost every American kitchen. Soda and sugary drinks are absolutely devastating to your kidney health. When I say soda, I mean regular soda, diet soda, energy drinks, sweetened iced tea, and those fancy coffee drinks loaded with sugar. Every single one of these drinks puts enormous stress on your kidneys in different ways. Regular soda is packed with sugar, usually around 40 grams in a single can. That's about 10 teaspoons of sugar flooding into your bloodstream all at once. Your kidneys have to work overtime to filter all that sugar out of your blood. Over time, this constant sugar overload damages the filtering units in your kidneys called nephrons. Once nephrons are damaged, they don't grow back. You lose them forever. The phosphoric acid in dark sodas like cola is even worse. This acid leaches calcium from your bones and creates an acidic environment in your blood that your kidneys struggle to neutralize. Diet soda isn't any better, even though it has no sugar. The artificial sweeteners in diet drinks have been linked to declining kidney function in multiple studies. These chemical sweeteners confuse your body's metabolism and can actually lead to weight gain and metabolic problems that harm your kidneys. The high phosphorus content in both regular and diet soda is particularly dangerous if you already have any kidney issues. Energy drinks are perhaps the worst offenders. They combine massive amounts of caffeine with sugar, artificial colors, and other stimulants. This combination causes your blood pressure to spike suddenly, putting intense pressure on your kidney's delicate filtering system. I've seen young people in their 20s develop kidney problems from drinking multiple energy drinks every day. It's not worth the temporary boost. Here's what you can drink instead. Water is obviously the best choice for your kidneys. Plain, simple water helps your kidneys flush out toxins without adding any extra work. If plain water feels boring, try infusing it with fresh fruit. Slice up some strawberries, cucumber, and mint leaves and let them sit in a pitcher of water in your fridge. It tastes refreshing and gives you natural flavor without harming your kidneys. Lemon water is another great option. The citric acid in lemons can actually help prevent kidney stones. Herbal teas are wonderful for kidney health, especially when you drink them unsweetened or with just a touch of honey. Dandelion tea, nettle tea, and green tea all support healthy kidney function. If you miss the fizz of soda, try sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice. You get that carbonated sensation without all the sugar and chemicals. Make your own iced tea at home using hibiscus or rooibos tea. Both are naturally caffeine-free and have antioxidants that protect your kidneys. The third food destroying your kidneys is something you probably eat every single day without thinking twice about it. White bread, white rice, white pasta, and other refined carbohydrates spike your blood sugar just like soda does. When your blood sugar shoots up rapidly, your kidneys have to work hard to manage the glucose levels in your blood. Over time, these constant blood sugar spikes lead to diabetes, and diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney failure in America. Refined carbohydrates have had all the fiber and nutrients stripped out during processing. Without fiber to slow down digestion, these foods turn into sugar in your bloodstream almost immediately. Your pancreas releases insulin to deal with the sugar, but if this happens too often, you develop insulin resistance. Insulin resistance leads to type 2 diabetes, and diabetes damages the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys. Before you know it, you're dealing with chronic kidney disease. Think about a typical American meal: a burger on a white bun, French fries, and a soda. That entire meal is refined carbohydrates and sugar. Your blood sugar skyrockets, your kidneys scramble to filter the excess glucose, and inflammation spreads through your body. Now imagine eating meals like this multiple times a day, every single day. Your kidneys never get a break from this assault. Switch to whole grains and you'll see a massive difference in how you feel. Whole wheat bread, brown rice, quinoa, and oats all contain fiber that slows down sugar absorption. Your blood sugar stays stable, your kidneys don't have to work as hard, and you'll have steady energy throughout the day instead of sugar crashes. When you're shopping for bread, look for options where the first ingredient says whole wheat flour or whole grain flour, not just wheat flour. That word whole makes all the difference. Here's a simple recipe swap. Instead of white pasta with marinara sauce, try zucchini noodles or whole wheat pasta. Spiralize a couple of zucchinis. Sauté them in a pan with a little olive oil and garlic for about 3 minutes, then top with your favorite sauce. It tastes amazing, fills you up, and your kidneys will function so much better. For rice, switch to brown rice or try cauliflower rice. You can buy riced cauliflower frozen, heat it up in a pan, and use it exactly like regular rice. Most people can't even tell the difference once it's mixed with other foods. Now let's talk about the fourth kidney killer. And this one makes people really upset when they hear it. Dairy products, especially in large amounts, can be hard on your kidneys. I'm talking about milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and cream-based sauces. Dairy contains high levels of protein, phosphorus, and calcium, and if your kidneys aren't working perfectly, these nutrients can build up in your blood to dangerous levels. The phosphorus in dairy is particularly problematic. Healthy kidneys regulate phosphorus levels by filtering excess amounts into your urine. But when your kidney function declines even slightly, phosphorus starts accumulating in your bloodstream. High phosphorus levels pull calcium out of your bones and deposit it in your blood vessels and soft tissues. This leads to weak bones and hardened arteries, which is a terrible combination. Many people with kidney disease develop bone problems specifically because they ate too much dairy for years. Cheese is one of the worst culprits. A single ounce of cheddar cheese contains about 145 grams of phosphorus and 500 millimoles of sodium. That grilled cheese sandwich you're having for lunch could easily contain 800 to 1,000 millimoles of sodium and almost 300 millimoles of phosphorus. Add some processed cheese like American cheese, and those numbers go even higher. Your kidneys simply weren't designed to handle that kind of load day after day. I'm not saying you need to give up dairy completely unless your doctor tells you to. What I'm saying is that you need to be mindful about how much you're consuming. Instead of having cheese at every meal, treat it as an occasional thing. When you do eat cheese, choose lower phosphorus options like cream cheese or ricotta in small amounts. Swiss cheese actually has less phosphorus than cheddar or American cheese. For milk, consider switching to unsweetened almond milk or cashew milk. These plant-based options have significantly less phosphorus and protein than cow's milk, which takes pressure off your kidneys. Make sure you buy the unsweetened versions because the sweetened ones are loaded with added sugar. You can use these milk alternatives in your coffee, cereal, smoothies and cooking, just like regular milk. Coconut milk is another great option, especially the kind that comes in cartons rather than cans. Greek yogurt deserves special mention because everyone thinks it's super healthy. While Greek yogurt does have probiotics and protein, it's also very high in phosphorus. A single cup of Greek yogurt can contain over 300 milliliters of phosphorus. If you love yogurt, try coconut yogurt or almond milk yogurt instead. They taste creamy and delicious, but won't overload your kidneys with phosphorus. The fifth food harming your kidneys is something that seems healthy, but really isn't when you eat too much of it. Canned foods and packaged convenience foods are absolutely loaded with sodium and preservatives. When you open a can of soup, beans, vegetables, or any other canned food, you're getting a massive dose of salt. Food manufacturers add all this sodium to preserve the food and make it taste better, but your kidneys pay the price. A single can of chicken noodle soup can contain over 2,000 milligrams of sodium. That's more than most people should have in an entire day, and you're getting it in one bowl of soup. Canned beans are another sneaky source. Even though beans themselves are healthy, canned beans are usually packed in salty water. The same goes for canned vegetables. Fresh green beans are great for you, but canned green beans often have added salt and preservatives that stress your kidneys. Packaged convenience foods like frozen dinners, instant noodles, boxed mac and cheese, and pre-made meals are even worse. These products are engineered to have a long shelf life and taste good even after sitting on a store shelf for months. To accomplish this, manufacturers pump them full of sodium, preservatives, and artificial flavors. Your taste buds might enjoy the salty flavor, but your kidneys are drowning in sodium they can't process fast enough. The solution is simple, but requires a bit more effort. Cook fresh foods from scratch as much as possible. I know you're busy and cooking takes time, but your kidney health is worth it. When you cook at home, you control exactly how much salt goes into your food. You can use herbs and spices for flavor instead of relying on sodium. Buy fresh or frozen vegetables instead of canned. Frozen vegetables are picked and frozen at peak freshness, so they're actually very nutritious. They don't have added sodium like canned vegetables do. If you absolutely need to use canned foods, rinse them thoroughly before using them. Open a can of beans, pour them into a colander, and rinse them under cold water for about 30 seconds. This washes away a significant amount of the sodium. Look for canned products labeled "no salt added" or "low sodium." These options exist for almost every canned food now. Yes, they might taste a bit bland at first because your taste buds are used to all that salt, but after a couple of weeks, your taste preferences will change. You'll start tasting the actual food instead of just salt. Here's a meal prep tip that saves time and protects your kidneys. Spend a couple of hours on Sunday cooking a big batch of food for the week. Make a pot of beans from dried beans instead of using canned. Cook a big batch of brown rice. Roast several chicken breasts or pieces of fish. Chop up vegetables and store them in containers. When you get home from work during the week, you just heat up what you already made. It's just as convenient as packaged foods, but infinitely healthier for your kidneys. The sixth kidney-damaging food is one that people consume without realizing how harmful it is. Artificial sweeteners and diet foods might seem like a healthy choice, but they're actually terrible for your kidneys and your overall health. Products labeled sugar-free, diet, or light usually contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, or saccharin. These chemical sweeteners confuse your body's metabolism and have been linked to kidney damage in several research studies. When you consume artificial sweeteners, your taste buds register sweetness, but your body doesn't get the calories it expects. This mismatch causes metabolic confusion. Your body releases insulin even though no real sugar is coming, which can lead to insulin resistance over time. Insulin resistance causes inflammation throughout your body, including in your kidneys. Some studies have shown that people who drink diet soda regularly have a faster decline in kidney function compared to people who don't drink it at all. Diet foods often replace sugar with these artificial sweeteners, plus a bunch of other chemicals to maintain texture and flavor. Low-fat or fat-free products are particularly guilty of this. When manufacturers remove fat from foods, They have to add something back to make the food taste good. Usually they add sugar, artificial sweeteners, and chemical flavor enhancers. Your kidneys have to filter all these artificial substances out of your blood, which creates extra work and stress. The better approach is to eat real food in reasonable portions, instead of trying to trick your body with artificial versions. If you want something sweet, have a small portion of the real thing made with actual sugar or natural sweeteners. Your body knows how to process real sugar in moderate amounts. It doesn't know what to do with chemicals that didn't exist in nature. Fresh fruit is always a great option when you're craving something sweet. Berries, apples, pears, and oranges all satisfy your sweet tooth while providing fiber and nutrients that support kidney health. If you need to sweeten your coffee or tea, try using a tiny bit of honey or maple syrup instead of artificial sweeteners. These natural sweeteners contain trace minerals and antioxidants. You need much less of them because they're sweeter than sugar, so a little goes a long way. Stevia is another option that's naturally derived from a plant. While it is highly processed, it's still better than completely artificial sweeteners. Just use it sparingly and don't go overboard thinking it's completely harmless. The seventh and final food destroying your kidneys is one that most Americans eat in massive quantities every single day. Red meat and organ meats put an enormous burden on your kidneys, especially if you eat them frequently or in large portions. Beef, pork, lamb, liver, and other organ meats are extremely high in protein and purines. When your body breaks down purines, it creates uric acid that your kidneys must filter out. Too much uric acid leads to gout and kidney stones, both of which damage kidney function. A typical 8-ounce steak contains about 60 grams of protein. While protein is essential for your body, eating too much protein forces your kidneys to work harder to filter out the waste products from protein metabolism. If your kidneys are already struggling even a little bit, this extra protein load can push them over the edge. Many people with early kidney disease don't even know they have a problem until they get routine blood work done. By that point, they may have already lost significant kidney function from years of eating too much red meat. Organ meats like liver, kidney, and heart are even worse because they're extraordinarily high in purines. Just 3 ounces of liver contains more purines than most people should consume in an entire day. If you already have high uric acid levels or a history of kidney stones or gout, organ meats are basically poison for your kidneys. The same goes for certain types of seafood like anchovies, sardines, and shellfish, which are also very high in purines. The way you cook red meat matters too. Grilling, broiling, or frying meat at high temperatures creates compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds cause inflammation and oxidative stress throughout your body, including in your kidneys. The charred, crispy parts of grilled meat are particularly high in AGEs. Every time you eat that charred burger or steak, you're introducing inflammatory compounds that damage your kidney cells. Cut back on red meat and focus on getting your protein from kidney-friendly sources instead. Fish like salmon, mackerel, and trout are excellent choices. They provide high-quality protein plus omega-3 fatty acids that actually reduce inflammation and protect your kidneys. Chicken and turkey are also good options when you prepare them in healthy ways. Bake or poach them instead of frying. Use herbs and lemon juice for flavor instead of heavy sauces. Plant-based proteins are fantastic for your kidneys. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and other legumes provide protein plus fiber that helps stabilize your blood sugar. Quinoa is a complete protein that's easy to cook and incredibly versatile. You can use it as a base for Buddha bowls, mix it into salads, or even make it into a breakfast porridge. Tofu and tempeh are great protein sources if you know how to prepare them properly. Marinate tofu in soy sauce, ginger, and garlic, then bake it until it's crispy on the outside. It's delicious and so much better for your kidneys than red meat. When you do eat red meat, keep your portions small. A serving of meat should be about the size of a deck of cards, which is roughly 3 to 4 ounces. Most restaurant steaks are 2 or 3 times that size. Save red meat for special occasions rather than eating it every day. Your kidneys will have time to recover between meals instead of being constantly overwhelmed with protein and purines. Now that you know the 7 foods that harm your kidneys, let's talk about what you should be eating to protect and even heal your kidney function. Your kidneys love fresh vegetables, especially leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. These vegetables are packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation. They're also high in fiber, which helps control blood sugar and keeps your digestive system healthy. A healthy gut actually supports healthy kidneys because it reduces the toxic load your kidneys have to filter. Berries are absolute superstars for kidney health. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and cranberries all contain powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. These compounds protect kidney cells from damage and reduce inflammation. Cranberries are particularly beneficial because they prevent bacteria from sticking to the urinary tract, which protects both your bladder and your kidneys from infections. Eat a handful of fresh berries every day, or add them to smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. Garlic and onions might make your breath smell, but they're incredible for your kidneys. Garlic contains allicin, a compound that has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It also helps lower blood pressure naturally, which takes stress off your kidneys. Onions contain quercetin, another powerful antioxidant that protects kidney tissue. Use fresh garlic and onions in your cooking as much as possible. Sauté them in olive oil as the base for soups, stir-fries, and sauces. Olive oil is one of the healthiest fats you can consume for kidney protection. It contains oleic acid and antioxidants that reduce inflammation throughout your body. Use extra virgin olive oil for salad dressings and low-heat cooking. Drizzle it over roasted vegetables, or use it to sauté garlic and onions. The Mediterranean diet, which is rich in olive oil, vegetables, fish, and whole grains, has been shown to protect kidney function and reduce the risk of kidney disease. Cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable that's fantastic for your kidneys. It's low in potassium, which is important if you already have kidney issues, and it's high in fiber and vitamin C. You can use cauliflower in so many ways. Roast it with olive oil and spices for a side dish. Mash it as a substitute for mashed potatoes. Turn it into cauliflower rice. Make cauliflower pizza crust. The possibilities are endless, and your kidneys will love you for eating it. Apples are another kidney-friendly food that most people already enjoy. They're high in fiber and contain anti-inflammatory compounds. The pectin in apples helps reduce cholesterol and keep blood sugar stable. Eat apples with the skin on to get the maximum fiber. Pack an apple in your lunch instead of chips or cookies. Make homemade applesauce without added sugar. Slice apples and eat them with a tiny bit of almond butter for a satisfying snack. Red bell peppers are surprisingly beneficial for kidney health. They're low in potassium but high in vitamins A, C, and B6, plus fiber and folic acid. They contain lycopene, an antioxidant that protects against certain types of cancer and supports kidney function. Add red bell peppers to salads, stir-fries, and omelettes. Roast them and add them to sandwiches. Blend them into sauces for extra nutrition and flavor. Cabbage is an inexpensive vegetable that's loaded with phytochemicals that break down harmful free radicals in your body. It's high in vitamin K, vitamin C, and fiber, but low in potassium, making it perfect for kidney health. Make coleslaw with a vinegar-based dressing instead of mayonnaise. Add shredded cabbage to tacos and wraps. Sauté it with garlic and olive oil as a simple side dish. Fermented cabbage, like sauerkraut and kimchi, also provides probiotics that support gut health. Egg whites are a high-quality protein source that's much easier on your kidneys than red meat. They contain all the essential amino acids your body needs without the phosphorus and fat found in egg yolks. Make an egg white omelette loaded with vegetables for breakfast. Add egg whites to smoothies for extra protein. Use them in baking or cooking. If you find plain egg whites boring, season them well with herbs and spices. The most important thing you can do for your kidney health right now is to drink more water. Water helps your kidneys flush out toxins and prevents kidney stones from forming. Most people are chronically dehydrated and don't even realize it. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day, more if you're active or live in a hot climate. Keep a reusable water bottle with you throughout the day as a reminder to drink. Add lemon or cucumber slices if plain water doesn't appeal to you. Let me give you a simple meal plan to get started with kidney-friendly eating. For breakfast, make oatmeal with fresh berries, a drizzle of honey, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Oats are whole grains that stabilize blood sugar, and berries provide antioxidants. For lunch, have a big salad with mixed greens, red bell peppers, cucumber, grilled chicken or chickpeas, and a dressing made from olive oil and lemon juice. Add some quinoa or brown rice if you need more substance. For dinner, bake a piece of salmon with garlic and herbs. Serve it with roasted cauliflower and a side of sautéed cabbage with onions. Snack on apple slices, a handful of berries, or raw vegetables with hummus. Drink water throughout the day and maybe have 1 cup of green tea. This type of eating pattern gives your kidneys everything they need to function properly while avoiding the foods that cause damage. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated recipes, just real, whole foods prepared simply. I want you to understand something important. Your kidneys are incredibly resilient organs. Even if you've been eating poorly for years, your kidneys can start to heal once you give them the right fuel and stop bombarding them with harmful foods. You might notice changes within just a few weeks. More energy, less puffiness and swelling, clearer thinking, better sleep, and just an overall sense of feeling healthier. These are all signs that your kidneys are functioning better. Start protecting your kidneys today by making just one simple change to what you eat, and watch how much better you feel in the coming weeks.